Hello everyone, today I will tell you a wonderful old tale, the story of a poor fisherman, his wife, and a magical golden fish. A story of kindness, greed, and the lessons of the sea. Long ago, in a quiet European village by the sea, lived a poor fisherman and his wife. Their home was a humble wooden cottage, their life simple and filled with hardship. His wife, sharp-tongued and restless, often complained about their poverty, wishing for a more comfortable life. One morning, the fisherman set off once again, hoping the sea would be kind and bless him with a good catch. As he hauled in his net, he did not find an ordinary fish, but a golden one that shimmered with dazzling light. The fish spoke, "Please, old man, let me go back to the sea. I will repay your kindness." The fisherman froze, amazed by this miracle. Guided by his kind heart, he asked for nothing and released the golden fish back to its home in the vast ocean. When he told his wife, she was furious. "Foolish man! Why didn't you ask for something useful?" To ease her anger, he returned to the shore, calling for the golden fish, embarrassed to ask for a favor. The golden fish appeared again, listening kindly. The fisherman hesitated, then asked for a new wooden trough for his wife. The wife was delighted, but her joy did not last. Her heart began to crave for more, and more still. Soon the wife's eyes narrowed with greed. "Go back to that golden fish," she said, "and tell it I want a fine stone house instead of this shabby hut." The fisherman sighed deeply. He felt uneasy, but love for his wife pushed his weary steps back toward the restless sea. Once more, the golden fish appeared, its scales glowing even beneath the darkening sky. The fisherman bowed and spoke softly of his wife's new wish. In a blink, the shabby hut vanished. A grand stone house now rose proudly, with windows of glass and doors of oak. The wife was overjoyed, dressed now in fine velvet, but her heart grew restless, for the stone walls could not satisfy her hunger for more. She demanded again, "Tell the fish I wish to be a noble lady, with servants at my call and power in my hands." With heavy heart, the old man returned to the sea. The waves now roared louder, as if warning of the greed that was rising. The golden fish surfaced once more. Its voice was calm, yet its eyes seemed heavy with sorrow, as it granted the wife's next desire. Now she sat upon a throne, draped in royal silk, her eyes shining with pride. Servants hurried at her command, but her ambition only climbed higher. "This is not enough," she said coldly. "I shall not stop until I rule as queen over land and sea. Go to the fish. Tell it I demand a crown." The old man's heart trembled. Each step toward the sea felt heavier, as though the waves themselves warned him of the danger of endless desire. The golden fish appeared again, its glow faint beneath the storm. Patiently it listened as the fisherman relayed his wife's newest, harshest demand. And so, the wife became queen. She stood tall upon her castle balcony, a golden crown upon her head, as thunder rumbled above. Yet her greed did not stop there. With a cold voice she declared, "I shall be more than a queen. I will command the very seas, and the fish shall serve me as my slave." The fisherman begged the ocean, voice breaking, "Golden fish, forgive us. She wants the power of the sea itself." His words vanished into the thunder. At last the golden fish rose, but its eyes were filled with sorrow. "Enough," it whispered. "Greed knows no end, but mercy must." In a flash, the castle vanished. The crown fell into nothing. The queenly robes faded back to rags. All her riches dissolved into sea foam. The fisherman opened his eyes to find himself once more on the lonely shore, the storm beginning to fade. At home, the wife screamed with rage. All her glory was gone. The stone house, the throne, the crown, all vanished. Only the broken cottage remained. The fisherman sat in silence, knowing deep in his heart that kindness had been his only true treasure. The wife, exhausted by her own greed, sat wordless by the hearth, no longer daring to demand more. Far out at sea, the golden fish leapt once more, its scales glowing like dawn, free and untamed. The old man returned to his simple work, casting his net into the sea, not for riches, but simply to live. The village lived on, quiet and ordinary, untouched by the storm of greed that had passed through one small home. And so ends the tale of the fisherman and the golden fish, a story whispered by the sea itself. Kindness brings peace, but greed leaves only emptiness. And so the tale of the fisherman and the golden fish reminds us that greed knows no end, but gratitude brings peace. True wealth is not found in crowns or castles, but in a humble heart that learns to be content.